Welcome back everyone to a brand new build, and look at what we're doing today. Not this particular one. I'm going to be doing a larger model of the Apollo B class USS Agamemnon. Okay, so I'm going to be turning all that into this here. You see, it kind of has, actually it does have like the Excelsior length here, and then has the Enterprise C style or the Yamaguchi style primary hull. So this has to be all made up, and basically I'll be using the same engineering hull, little bit extensions on the bottom there. I'll be using the same swooping part of it in the back, just flipped upside down. And then I gotta make up these here as well, these pods that fit on the top here. And of course the same warp engines, so that's going to be easy enough, no big deal there. So that's good. Probably make up some caps for the front here to fit around the bassards. So that's all I really need to do for that. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the painting of the hull here. I just need to get all that stuff off here, that all off, clean it up a little bit, and then I can do the hull painting. I can't actually, because I still need to put these areas on the back, on the top here, like this section here. I gotta build all of this yet, glue that in place, and then I can paint it. So I need to do is see how it looks here, and then go from there. I had to wait for this to get in, which I finally got, so I could finish that off. Okay, alright. Yeah. Alright. Alright. So I gotta work on this area here. Alright, so I just sketched out on the hull here the size, the width here. So the first piece here, I'm going to be using this. It has, I want to try and keep this as the way it is, and just have the styrene sheet here wrap around the edge here, and then it has to go back to about this point here. And then we got this other layer here, which goes over top and comes down and extends out to about here past the model, the main saucer section. So yeah, it'll come out around here. Okay, so I'm going to get this first cut here done, get that done out of the way. Alright, so I got this section here. Let's see, it goes right here like this. But the little edges along the inside part here have to be angled. That angle with the hull here. And I got this part here that goes on top, just like here. And then I have to angle the hull. It goes along on a slant like that. And the very top stays flat. And then I got a third section up here that I have to put on. See, it kind of angles down in the back here a little bit too. Okay, so what I need to do is get this done here first so that this fits snugly right up tight against the hull there. Let's get that done. Okay, so you see these little phaser strips here, they gotta go. So I gotta flatten that out. Probably move some more a little bit over to the back here on either side. And then I gotta build a sidewalls to go along the back here. Okay, so I got these sides here ready to go on. I smoothened out the very end here to a nice fine point as it goes up against the hull here. So used my glue gun and got the glue on the inside here as well to add more stability. So now when you put it on here, see that? Fits nice. Did a little bit of trimming along the underside here for this side of the wall, made it a little bit thinner. So now looks like it's fitting quite nicely. Looks good actually. Now I just gotta angle these walls here all the way around to try and get it to look as close to this as I can here. Alright, so I got the very top portion here, which is this very flat top right up here. And now I take these edges and I angle them up towards the top up here. This comes back a little bit too far this way. It's got to go in a bit. I made this a little too long, but it's better that you do it that way. If it's a little too long, you just shave it back. So now, following along with these edges here, is what I got to do along this edge here, angling it up towards this section here. Yeah. Coming along. Just got to keep doing that all the way around. Shorten this up a little bit. And boy, oh boy. Whew. It's going to look good. There we go. I got putty in there. Got to let that set. It's for where you still could see the join line there. And then I sand that all off. It hides the join line so when you paint it, you won't see it. So it's looking really good. Just got to work on the back cap here, which is going to have the docking bay doors there, the hangar bay doors, just like it has here on the back here, as you can see. And for that, I'm going to be using this here. You can see with the ridge lines there. That's going to be for the hangar bay doors. And that pretty much takes care of the aft section here. And then I'm going to do another very top section up here that I still got to put on there yet. Yeah, and then create these two side pieces. And then we got these, which go on top here, one on either side. Like that. So I got to get those made, and then takes care of pretty much all the extra parts needed for this model. But you can see right where the engineering hull attaches to the primary hull, there's this other strip here I got to make. So I'm going to be using the thicker styrene to make that. So that means like for this top section here, it'll come up here, run along here, right along this section here, and I gotta replace styrene sheet in here to get rid of this grill. And you can see it comes up to this point here and then starts angling down quite steeply for the rounding of the bottom of the primary hull. So once I get that all done, then I cut this section off, and I got the other piece I put on, and that'll take care of the additions to the engineering hull. Also on the engineering hull here, it looks like I can cut this whole section here off. The engineering back of the engineering hull is way too long. It's going to come back around here. You can see, because if you're looking at it, you can see how much shorter it's got to be. Yeah. Okay, I can make that work. I got the shuttle bay doors there in place. Now here, marking on these sections here, these have the impulse engines here. So that's what I'm working on here. See, so I got this angled here, where you can see it there, where it angles up along the hull. And then I got to build a section, sidewalls here. Got to put those on yet for the impulse engines. And those will have probably a 5mm red LED to light up the impulse engines. Okay, so just got to get the sidewalls on there. There we go. Looks good. Got the top of that, got the top of that. Okay, takes care of those. So I got 4 of these done here. You can see it's divided in 2 sections here, and there's a center divider there. So I gotta get a center divider put in yet. But other than that, I got those are all ready to go. And we're looking good. Okay, so we got the center section here, and you see you got the ridges inside. So I'm going to be using this here again. You can see the ridges on it like I did for the docking bay doors. So I got to get the border on and then the ridges inside that, and that takes care of that. Alright, so I got all the pieces here ready to go. These 2 fit on the underside here. So on the underside of these here. So let's get this group here all put together here. Alright, so I got the center section here that goes in between these. It's just a little bit smaller, so it's kind of indented inside a bit. Let's get that installed. So looking pretty good. You can see they kind of twist a bit. So I got it lined here where it twists down on an angle. So just use my heat gun, heat it up a bit, and put pressure on it. But you can see this little nib thing here. Looks like it's a phaser cannon, like you would see on the Reliant, along with the arm that holds it up above the hull. So I gotta make something like that yet, and then install it. So when I get that done, I'll have it where I'll make a notch and just push it into the notch, just like it would do with this here. Make a notch here where you just push it down inside a bit, and that'll take care of that. There we go. Got it angled now. I just put these in my vice grip, used my heat gun, heated up the plastic, and just pushed it into position. And voila. Alright, now, for this section right here, you can see it's got that elongated section there. I think that's for the phaser cannon. I got this here, which I'm going to be using. You can see this here is almost the thickness as this, almost. And this is the same. So what I'm going to do, cut out the sections in here and then hollow out the center for this center beam to go through up into here and into here. So that's what I'm going to do. I got to figure out how long I need this to be, hollow out the center, and I put the strut or whatever right through the center. That'll connect to that. Okay, so let's get that done. Alright, so I got these two here ready to go. I'm going to start up with a thinner bit to start with, and I'll gradually widen out the hole here. So let's get this started. There you go, just like that. And then I just make the other piece that goes in here. And we're good to go. All right, there we go. Let's do a test fit. I rounded the edges to fit inside the slot. There we go. Looks good. So this one here, the bottom part here is a little bit closer to this edge than this edge. So what I'm going to do is going to come back a little bit like this. So this little chunk in here on each corner is going to go bye-bye. Then we'll have this little nib here, which will fit down inside the model. Actually, I'll make it a little bit longer. Okay. The same for the top up here. Something like that. And I cut these two corners out, and then I make slots for these to fit down into the model and to this section here. This would be like way back under here like this, like that. But that is it for this episode, everyone. And next one, we're going to continue with the modifications and concentrate on modifying the engineering hull after this. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.